Tuesday, June 17th, is not just another day in Salem. Secrets are about to be uncovered, unlikely alliances will be tested, and emotional confessions could change lives forever. Let's dive deep into what's unfolding today, and explore how each decision made may create ripples for the weeks ahead. Gabby Hernandez has always played the long game, clever, calculating, and willing to take risks when power is on the line. On June 17th, she takes one of her boldest swings yet. As she watches Javi Hernandez drift further from her orbit and deeper into his new life path, Gabby realizes she has to act fast. But instead of pleading or reasoning, she goes in with a businesswoman's precision, packaging desire, ambition, and manipulation into one dangerously attractive offer. She doesn't just dangle a promotion, she offers Javi a whole new world. More money, a prestigious title, a seat at the table with the Demera elite, and perhaps most tempting of all, a clean emotional slate where past mistakes can be rewritten. Gabby frames it as an opportunity for Javi to elevate himself, to rise beyond his current station, but it's clear she's also attempting to pull him into her inner circle, where loyalty to her becomes a necessity, not a choice. But Javi isn't a blank slate. His heart is tethered to something real, his calling as an EMT firefighter. He's driven by a passion to serve and protect, not scheme and manipulate. And he knows all too well that aligning himself with Gabby means sacrificing his ideals for the allure of control and power. Still, Gabby is persuasive. She's emotional, even vulnerable at times, making Javi question whether he's walking away from someone who truly needs him, or someone trying to own him. As Javi struggles to weigh passion against purpose, viewers are left to wonder, will he take the bait, or hold fast to his own moral compass? This moment isn't just about a job. It's about identity. And whichever way he leans, Salem will feel the aftershocks. Doug Williams III is a man spiraling, and now, he's reaching for help in the least expected direction, Leo Stark. Doug's desperation is palpable, and his choice of confidant speaks volumes. Leo, with his flair for chaos and scandal, is hardly anyone's idea of a stable support system. But Doug doesn't need stability. He needs results. Fast. There are whispers circling around Doug's troubles, mounting debt, a priceless stolen necklace, and rumors of a failed romance that's left him emotionally raw. Whatever the exact cause, Doug believes Leo holds the key. After all, Leo always knows who's who in Salem's shadowy underbelly. He's plugged into the gossip, the black market, the secrets people don't dare say out loud. But Leo never plays for free. Doug may be opening a door that's impossible to close. Today's favor could become tomorrow's leverage, and with Leo involved, there's always a price beyond what's visible. And the real danger? Doug might not even realize what he's given up until it's too late. The tension between these two is electric, a mix of cautious trust and veiled threats. Will Doug manage to extract the help he needs without being pulled deeper into Leo's manipulative web? Or is he already caught in a trap of his own making? Chad Demera isn't a man who apologizes lightly. But today, something in him shifts. The aftermath of the uncomfortable confrontation between Kat Green and Jennifer Horton Devereaux weighs heavily on his conscience, and he knows he owes Kat more than silence. In an unusually raw and vulnerable moment, Chad seeks Kat out. His apology isn't just about smoothing over a social disaster, it's about acknowledging that he failed her. That he didn't stand between her and judgment. That, for a moment, he let his world overshadow hers. Kat, for her part, listens carefully. She's composed, but behind her eyes is the guarded uncertainty of someone who's learned to keep secrets, perhaps even secrets tied to the ISA and missions far bigger than Chad realizes. Her reaction is more than just emotional, it's strategic. She must decide whether this man, who's powerful and kind but deeply entrenched in Demera drama, is worth trusting. As Chad speaks, there's an undeniable chemistry, an almost painful tension between what could be and what probably shouldn't. Their conversation is quiet but charged, hinting at a future laced with either deeper connection or painful betrayal. Will Chad's honesty be enough to break through Kat's walls? Or will the truth she's hiding eventually fracture whatever they're trying to build? In Salem, love is always complicated, and apologies, no matter how heartfelt, don't always come with forgiveness. As Sophia Choi's labor begins to cast an emotional shadow over the day, Tate Black finds himself not just caught up in the immediacy of impending fatherhood, but unexpectedly pulled into the emotional wreckage of his past. At the heart of that wreckage is Holly Jonas, the girl who once held his heart, and whose sudden departure left behind an open wound he never truly mended. Their reunion isn't dramatic in action, but devastating in sentiment. It begins with a few casual words, exchanged like old friends testing the waters. But beneath the surface lies an ocean of heartbreak, misunderstandings, and memories that neither of them can fully escape. They talk about the past, the good moments, the missteps, and the tragic realization that their love may have been doomed by forces beyond their control. For Holly, there's a quiet sadness in her eyes as she acknowledges what they lost. She wonders aloud whether their breakup was truly a decision, or a surrender to destiny. Tate, visibly conflicted, tries to mask his pain with reassurance, but it's clear that her words have cracked something open in him. He remembers not just the heartbreak, but the hope, the belief that somehow, they'd defy the odds. But those odds now seem insurmountable. Sophia's delivery is imminent, and Tate is needed, not just physically, but emotionally. And yet, the question lingers, can a person fully commit to the future when part of their heart remains shackled to the past? This segment isn't just a flashback to young love. It's a mirror held up to growth, loss, and the realization that not all endings are clean. Some stories don't conclude, they echo. And today, Tate must decide whether to close the chapter with Holly once and for all, or wonder, for the rest of his life, what might have been. Elsewhere, in the quiet hours of night, a whisper changes everything. Marlena Evans sits silently by Rachel Black's bedside, watching over the troubled child as she sleeps. Grief still clings to Marlena like a second skin. The devastating loss of John Black remains fresh, raw, and destabilizing. But grief gives way to something else when Rachel begins to speak in her sleep, her voice barely audible, her words fragmented but haunting. Gun, Johnny, it was him? Marlena freezes, her clinical instincts sharpen. Was this simply a nightmare? Or an unfiltered truth buried in a child's subconscious? Rachel's whispered confession becomes a thread Marlena cannot ignore. No official witness has tied Johnny DiMera to the shooting that rocked Salem. And yet, here is Rachel, innocent, uncoached, speaking of a moment no one believed she had seen. Could Rachel have witnessed the crime? Could her fragmented memories hold the one clue that unlocks everything? For Marlena, the implications are chilling. If Rachel's memories are accurate, this revelation could shift the entire investigation, and put her directly in harm's way. Marlena must tread carefully, not only to protect Rachel but to piece together the psychological puzzle before someone else buries the truth. Her grief is now tangled with purpose. And for the first time in weeks, Marlena finds something to fight for again, a fragile truth, hidden in a whisper, that could bring light to a very dark place. Today's episode isn't just a collection of emotional exchanges. It's a powder keg of converging storylines, each laced with urgency, betrayal, and longing. What makes June 17th stand out isn't just the drama, it's the underlying tension between what was, what is, and what might never be again. Gabby's calculated offer dares Javi to abandon his values. Doug's secret pact with Leo may lead him down a road from which there's no return. Chad's moment of sincerity opens the door to either romance or ruin. And Tate's conversation with Holly forces him to confront the version of himself he thought he'd outgrown. At the same time, Marlena, grieving and vulnerable, is beginning to unravel a mystery that could tear through the DiMera family like a storm. And all of it? All of it stems from a single truth about Salem: no secret stays buried forever. As viewers, we're left with questions. Will Gabby win Javi over with power, or will his conscience prevail? What is Doug really hiding, and why does Leo seem so eager to help? Can Chad and Kat ever build something real, or are they doomed by lies still unspoken? Will Tate step into the man he needs to be, or remain haunted by the boy he once was? And most chilling of all, is Rachel Black the one person who saw everything the night EJ was shot? This is Days of Our Lives at its best: tangled, tragic, and unflinchingly human. If you're loving the twists, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an update from Salem. Let us know in the comments, do you believe Rachel's dream is a buried memory? Could Marlena be walking into another emotional firestorm? And what would you do in Javi's shoes? We're watching, we're analyzing, we're feeling every heartbeat in this story, and we can't wait to see what explodes next. Stay tuned. Salem never sleeps.